when did Disney go from this
Where's your mom and papa?
to this?
I thought the Earth wasn't supposed to move until the honeymoon.
My, oh my, that's, slightly inappropriate, as are these other eyebrow-raising moments. You'd think that Toy Story 3 would be the safest of all animations on the planet, but it seems like a film about toys sometimes likes to slip in, pardon the pun, the odd dirty joke. In this case, it was Mr. Potato Head who blurted out a line that wouldn't have been out of place in the red light district. When his wife's mouth was snatched by Lotso, he said,
"No one takes my wife's mouth, except me."
Yeah. It isn't too hard to pick up the double meaning of this here. And that isn't the only time that Toy Story pushed the boundaries of decency either. But first, we need to discuss another potato head from a different movie. Everyone knows that college is a time for students to let loose and experiment with recreational activities, but you never expect to see that in a kids movie like Monsters University. In the one scene where Sully and Mike dash through a frat house, you can easily spot a goofy potato-looking creature seated on the couch. Let's just say that this peep looks baked in more ways than one. Considering it's a party, this relaxed stare looking towards the horizon is one that most college students will be all too familiar with. And in this case, the potato didn't like the greens to go on the side, but rather inside of it. Now, a film like Cars should be squeaky clean, right? After all, it's about a fast red car called Lightning McQueen, so how could it even have a hint of anything improper? Well, Pixar and Disney had some other ideas and threw in something that wouldn't be out of place at a rock concert. As Lightning's popularity increases, so does his fan base. Okay, nothing wrong with that. However, he also encountered two groupies who decided to do this to him.
I'm Mia. I'm Tia. We're like your biggest fans. Good job.
Now, flashing here certainly has a different meaning from what we know in the real world, but it's blatantly clear what the filmmakers were implying in this shot. Oh, and this wasn't the only naughty moment in Cars either, as Mater conveniently misheard what Lightning said in another outrageous scene.
He won 3 piston cups.
He did what in his cup?
Well, Mater's comment wasn't quite as risque or unexpected as Anna's from Frozen. And no, this has nothing to do with Let It Go, but a seemingly harmless conversation between Anna and Kristoff where he asks if she even knows Hans's shoe size. Her response, though, is, well, just see for yourself.
Size doesn't matter.
Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that Anna wasn't actually talking about shoes or feet here. Because you know what they say about men with big feet, right? They wear big socks. Anna appeared to always have her mind in the gutter, though, since she couldn't resist telling Kristoff about one of her fantasies either. Seeing him all dressed up in a suit, she revealed that wasn't her preferred look for him.
I prefer you in leather anyway.
Maybe the deleted scene is where she mentions the whips and chains also. So, we've already shown how Genie from Aladdin had his way with words, but did you forget about one of the most iconic scenes from the first movie? As Aladdin is running away from Agrabah's palace guards, he zips across the city and jumps into a room with scantily clad women. To the innocent child, they might seem like a bunch of girls hanging out together, but the truth is the street urchin and Abu landed firmly in a harem. Yep, these were ladies of the night, and possibly even the day, judging by the bright light here. Naturally, nothing more daring happened, but it's still mind-blowing to think how Disney snuck this into a movie without any conservative parents groups coming after them back in the day. Perhaps one of the more shocking moments in animation history can be found in The Lion King, as Scar rallies his troops, the hyenas. For some older fans, this looked an awful lot like a certain German dictator's methods and how his army marched for him in propaganda films. While it's undoubtedly done to emphasize how evil and manipulative Scar truly is, no one expected to see this in a children's movie. Since its release, the animators have confirmed that everyone's initial thoughts about this scene were spot on, and they modeled this on exactly what you think it did. Kinda makes you wonder how many other references are sneakily hidden in the film. Like this. Speaking of other scandalous moments, The Incredibles didn't shy away from controversy either. The prologue to the movie shows Mr. Incredible doing, well, incredible things around the city and saving citizens. One of his rescues actually involves him catching a man falling from a building. It looks super heroic, but listen to what the bystander revealed beforehand. it wasn't for this. You might have thought that the man had tripped and fell, but it's very clear what his action implies. Sure, Mr. Incredible saved the day in the man's life, but it's an extremely dark and disturbing scene. Never mind for a kid's film. Imagine if a child turns to a parent and asks, "Mommy, why did this man jump off the building?" That's a tough conversation to have at such a young age. We did promise one more scene from Toy Story, right? And this one is a real doozy. Now, it's no secret that Buzz was attracted to Jessie when he first saw her in the second movie. That's common knowledge to anyone with eyes. However, his reaction hints at a little something else popping up too. You don't need to go to infinity and beyond to figure out what else was rising in Buzz. Judging by this and the Mr. Potato Head fiasco, you have to wonder what really happened with all the toys behind closed doors, especially when Andy wasn't around. Actually, scratch that. Maybe that's something we don't need to know about. So now that we've seen some of the naughty things that Disney has gotten away with in the past, let's take a look at how Luca might very well be a ripoff of The Little Mermaid. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.